And we are in business, brother. Jaguars visiting the Vikings. Minnesota Vikings. What are they? 8.5, 9.5, depending on the book. My instinct on this game, bets and money, both coming in on the Vikings. The Vikings did not look good. They were missing Thielen. I was very high on this team going into the Cowboys game. Less high on this team now. I felt like losing that game, that was a big deal for them. To stay away from me.
Staying away. Yeah, I'll stay away with you. Jaguars have been covering really well here lately. They've been backdoor kings. They backdoor everyone. And this is where it runs out. I'll take Minnesota this week. I hate that it's such a high number, and I hate backing Kirk Cousins, but the Jags, they've played really well down the stretch here, but it has to catch up them here. And the Vikings, they're due for a big win, so I don't love it. We're definitely up on the competition, but I'll take the Vikings here.
I'd be remiss if I didn't say we will have on the show our Hornets Nest, which was the Falcons, which we won. Our big bet of the week, which was the Eagles, which we won. And you'll have your survivor pick because we're out of our survivor pool together. So you'll have your survivor pick to discuss this week.
So heartbroken by that. It's so easy. We could have, if we were still going, man, we would have taken the Saints last week, and we'll talk about it coming up. But we had saved the Chiefs just for this week, and I saved them for my competition for this week. So
yeah,
I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken we're not in anymore because it's back-to-back easy weeks. Like late in the season like this, it's so rare.
You're heartbroken. You're heartbroken.
I wanted $1 million too, buddy.
All right. The Browns are visiting the Titans. This is a really interesting game. Money and bets coming in on the Titans right now. It opened at 3.5. It's now at 5.5. DraftKings has them as 5.5-point favorites. Woo! That's, you know what? What? Hold on. Are we walking into a hornet's nest right now?
No,
we're not. Okay.
Do you want to? Do you want to take the Titans?
No, I don't. I actually don't.
I honestly don't want to take either side. I'm going to end up betting the Titans. But yeah, the Browns could easily cover this number as a dog against a terrible Titans secondary, but I'm not putting money on Baker. Watching that Jags game last week, he missed guys open in the end zone. Yeah, he might have a good play here and there, but I can't do it with Baker. So I'll take the Titans, but yeah, I'm not putting this in the competition.
Well, why do you say by the way, you don't have to bet it. You don't have to bet every game.
I like betting every game because I play a system that's giving me number values on each game. So, yeah, maybe this game I'm only going to put 500 on it. But, right, you don't have to bet every game, but I'm a bettor that I do bet every game because I only have 16 weeks or 17 weeks out of the year to make a lot of money. So, I don't judge him. If you do basketball, baseball, that stuff, of course, pick 3 games a night and, pick your spots. But with NFL, I pick my spots where there's games I'm going to load up on or there's first half bets that I load up on compared to the total game or spread. But I like to play every game. It's just fun having action on every game because a lot of times my system will cash games I don't believe at all in, but I bet it just because it's saying there's good value there. And it's just yeah, that's why I do it because computers are smarter than humans. So I'm with you. You don't have to bet every game, but I like having action on every game.
They may be smarter, but they don't have feelings.
Some do.
Like you and me. Know what I'm saying? What's your number? What is your cold steel machine have as the number for the Titans and the Browns?
3.5 for the Browns. So I thought plus 3.5 would be good value in the Browns, and the fact that it is 5.5, that's what's making me think I probably should take the Titans here because maybe I'm not reading this right. That it shot up this much because they don't move that number for the public. They're moving that because the sharps are hitting it. So obviously a sharp group's got to read on this Titans matchup, and They're playing this. This is a big number for two teams that are both. I mean, I don't know if the Browns are 8-3 or 7-3, but they're playing well this year. So it's an interesting game for sure.
They're 8-3. The Lions are visiting the Bears. Boy, this Bears team is just an embarrassment. I always love, on a national game where they will always put up some kind of Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes stat. And this week, when the Bears were playing the Packers, it was how Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes are now 1-2 in lifetime QB rating in the history of the NFL with a minimum of 1,500 pass attempts. They have passed Aaron Rodgers, who was number one. So we got Mitch Trubisky throwing interceptions as if he just don't care. And then two historically great quarterbacks who were drafted after him. I'll remind everybody, the Bears traded up one spot to draft Mitch Trubisky.
You can't make it up. And he literally played for 1 year at college at UNC while Mahomes was tearing it up for 2 years. And Watson
winning
won
national
titles against Nick Saban. So, yeah, I'm excited for the Browns fans because guess what? They're just going to burn it all down. Like, at least you guys aren't going to go 10-6, make the playoffs with Nick Foles, and just be spinning your tires on a team that you're never going to win anything with. So
yeah, but you know what? Here's what's going to happen. The Bears have won 5 games. As my 14-year-old son points out, Mitch Trubisky is 3-0, now 3-1 as a starter. But this season. But they're still going to sneak in like another win or two, maybe. So they're going to end up 6-10, 7-9, and get a middle of the first round pick if they're lucky, which they won't even know what to do with. They'll probably draft another tight end, and then they'll go out and sign a tight end. So at least they'll have 4 tight ends on the roster to go with Cole Kmet and Jimmy Graham. They won't have anybody who can throw to him. They won't have anybody who can protect the quarterback. They won't have anybody who can run the ball, but at least they'll have a 5th-round receiver from Tulane they're excited about, and 8 tight ends on the roster, and that'll be the Bears.
Poor Chad.
Whatever. What's your take on this game? Are we betting this game?
So this is
classic spot.
Yeah, everyone's going to be betting Detroit because the coach and GM just got fired. They should light a fire under everyone. The Bears suck. We all know the Bears suck. No one's going to be betting the Bears this week. So the fact that it's down to -3, I'll be betting the Bears, and it's not enjoyable. But with the Lions, if the Kenny Galladay's still out, the running back's still out with Swift, how can you back the Lions here? Stafford just looks hopeless with the weapons around him. So I don't love it. It's painful to do it, but I'll take the Bears -3.
Yeah, I mean, look, I agree with you. I don't know if this is a contest game yet. I think we got to see where else we land if we find 5 that we like better. And to be honest, the next game up, which is the Raiders at the Jets, and the Jets +7.5, call me crazy. Call me crazy. I could see this being the game the Jets win.
You're crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, taking the Raiders after getting blown out. They got embarrassed. Back-to-back road games. Usually a team, after they get blown out in the first road game, they'll go and play the second one a lot. Well, I don't know how to say tougher, but they just laid down in that game. I felt like every time they showed the Raiders, they were fumbling to Atlanta. So the Jets are just a bad team. They're doing it again. Like last week, they hung the Jets 7.5, and they kind of sucked me in against – because I thought Tua was playing. So I was like, okay, that's a good number against a rookie on the road here. Wasn't a good number. Fitzmagic played, and he smacked the Jets around. And I'm seeing tons of film put up of Sam Darnold doing exactly what Carson Wentz did last night, not seeing open receivers downfield, like glaringly open receivers streaking downfield. So high number, 7.5. I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to scare me off the Raiders, but I'll take the Raiders this week.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Wow. I didn't see that. I saw this and thought, of course he's going to take the Jets. You don't take the freaking Raiders as 7.5-point favorites on the road. That's absurd. They're not good enough to be 7.5 favorites on the road. But you know what? I'll tell you what. I'm looking at the number right now. I'm looking at the percentages, and it's true. 60% of the money, which is usually professional money, is on the Raiders.
Right. I think they're thinking the same thing as me. Is they're trying to mess with our heads, get us to 7.5. Because everything you said is true. A home dog, 7.5. That's a great number to take the Jets, but I got this prorated at 9.5. So as long as it stays under 10, I'm happy to take the Raiders here.
We don't have any games that we like so far except for the Bears. We have not walked into the Hornets' nest. We have not found a big bet of the week. Saints on the road at the Falcons, 3-point favorites. That's what the Saints are at DraftKings. Sharp money coming in on Atlanta. This dropped from 3.5 to 3. You got the bets coming in on the Saints and the money coming in on the Falcons.
Woo! This line, buddy.
Dude, you know what I'm feeling right now? This feels like a Hornet's nest.
You want this to be the one? You want to take the Falcons? God,
I don't know. Do I?
I just want to take the Saints simply just because we won so big on the Falcons last week. Like, I hate.
By the way, who's the we? Who's the we that won? I ended up not betting the Falcons because you were afraid of Julio Jones, so we didn't put him in the pool. So if you won on the Falcons, then you won on the Falcons. We did not win anything. We lost because I said, let's take the Giants because you didn't want to take the Falcons. So there's no we here, bestie.
I was speaking to the fans. Thank you, Chad. The fans are more humble and smarter than you, and they listen to my advice. So on Twitter, I gave out those 6 plays, and one of those 6 plays was Atlanta, and I gave out Atlanta's money line. So only person to blame is blame yourself. You're so busy Sunday mornings running around. Little of you, it's like take you 2 minutes. Let's see what the Sharp's doing this morning. Let me hop on real quick, see what the Sign Man's doing. Nope, Chad's too busy doing his little shows, running a company.
Listen, on Sunday mornings, as I've mentioned, we right now have a show called Convince Me that is on Sunday mornings at 11 o'clock at Action Network HQ, 11 a.m. Eastern.
You guys are actually giving out winners.
We're giving out winners.
Chad's giving out winners.
It's me. It's Sean Corner, Chris Raybon, and Matthew Friedman. Will try to convince me in 3 different segments the prop I should take, the side I should take, and the total I should take. And they are crushing it. And the show, by the way, like, I can't even say how big it's getting. Over the last 3 weeks, like, it is no joke. Of the Twitter-specific shows that are from really big media companies, this one is beating all of them. I can't even – it's not even exaggeration. Like, it just is. And so they keep giving me these winners, and yet somehow I keep convincing myself to take like they'll have like 2 or 3 losers every week out of the 9 picks. I keep picking the losers.
Just pick whatever Sean gives you, man. That dude's unreal with his props.
He's amazing.
He's amazing. I hate props because I'm like, how can you project out how a player's going to be used in this specific game? Like, how do you know their scheme? Dude, he's so good, man. I've been betting his prop bets this year. He's money. They're
all amazing. The Corner, Freeman, Raybon, they're all amazing. Anyway, so you're saying you're taking the Saints here, but is that a contest play?
I kind of want it to be because I don't know. I like the Saints a lot that it's -3. Even though, like you said, it's scaring me a little bit. The Sharps coming on the Falcons, but I've backed the Falcons 1 week, and I backed them again the following week, and they just let me down the following week. So I'm gonna ride that train and take the Saints here.
All right, I'm putting it on the list. We'll see if we can find anything better. Bengals, Dolphins. Dolphins are 11-point favorites at home. I don't know, man.
I have to take the Bengals, but yeah, it sucks. I don't know. It's just a situational play. A home dog this big. I had this line at 8.
You're not a home dog. It's Bengals at Miami.
Oh, wow. So I had this written down as Bengals at home. Still a big number, but I guess, yeah, you take Miami just because they're at home. Bengals covered last week. That was the first game with the new QB. That new QB really didn't do much.
No, but that did feel like that's the game when you take the Bengals. Clearly we didn't. And but like the bloom is off the rose. You go back down to Miami and you get the snot beaten out of you.
Yeah, like I would have loved this for the Bengals if it was Miami back-to-back road games. But like you just said, the fact that Miami's home, I'll have to go like redo it because I put this in my system as if they're on the road. I'm guessing it would take 3 points away. So, yeah, this is probably a good number with Miami as long as it stays under 12, 13. But I hate putting in this big of a number in our competition. But of all the games we're looking at right now, this is a pretty good one that fits being at home with that defense against the Bengals.
Well, here's something else to think about, Simon. We still need to use one more bye.
Right.
So
could be a bye week. I mean, I told you that's a call you're gonna have to make because you're gonna come to me Sunday morning, and you know the deal, buddy. I'm always firing away. I'm always confident come Sunday. So, like, we don't love these games right now, but come Sunday, like, I'm gonna have reads on a lot of these games. I'm really gonna love them. So it's tough to say right now, but yeah, if Chad wants to pull the card and say nope, we're doing it, we'll use the bye week.
Listen, sure as the sun will rise somewhere around the world, Simon will text me on Sunday morning. I love our picks, brother.
Always.
All right, well, let's put a pin in this one then. Colts -3 visiting the Houston Texans. A lot of money coming on the Colts, and this does feel like a buy low, sell high, right? Like the Colts looking great on Thanksgiving. Deshaun Watson feeling great. You got the Colts getting beat up at home in a spot that looked like they were ripe for getting beat up. So, of course, you're going to play the Colts, like in a division game on the road where you've got Frank Reich against Romeo Crennel.
Right. And that Colts one, I liked it early in the week, and then all the COVID stuff came with the injuries came out. And they were just missing too many starters. And now the Texans have Will Fuller going out for PEDs, and they're losing a guy in their secondary for PEDs. So, Texans, that was a great win by them on Thanksgiving. Happy for them. Colts just got smacked around at home now going on the road. It is brutal back in Rivers, but like you just said, the coaching matchup's so glaring here with Romeo Crennel. And -3 with the Colts, I'll take it. I know it's going to be the public side, but the public wins sometimes. So I would like to put this one in -3.
I agree with you. 100% agree with you.